tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa buddham dhamman sangham namasami. Hello dear friends, I am Venerable Padithalave Medavi, calling from Pasyala Bolankanda, Thapoarana. We call this Dhamma talk series Mindful Momentum, and it's about solutions to the problems you have in your day-to-day life. And it's those answers I'm trying to giving you is based on Buddhist philosophy. So this is, in one hand, it's kind of like my personal experience, and in the other hand, it's coming from the ancient script from the sutta, including Abhidhamma, Vinaya, and Sutta Pitaka. So today also I have an interesting topic. It's about happiness. Everybody like it, but nobody knows what is it. Okay, so today my topic is what really happiness meaning is in Buddhism, and when it going to happen. In our normal life, we do everything for make our happiness, or people who close to us. We sacrifice ourselves, we do things, we earn money, and we spend them to them or to make happiness for them. But at the end of the day, most of the time we feel that happiness isn't like what I think or what I thought, but it is something else. When we're having this kind of routine in our life, people wanted to find the real happiness. That's what the most of the religions are coming from to the front. Everybody teach us this is where you really happy. Rather than Buddhism, the other every religions are teaching and telling that the happiness is near the God or the someone who like that. But in Buddhism, it doesn't say you have to go to be happiness to somewhere else. You don't have to do that. Buddhism did not say that. Instead of it says happiness is right in front of you. It is in front of you if you really see it. So when I think about in this matter in like that, before I thought the real enlightenment is, it's kind of like a psychic power, having the psychic power ability to ourselves. For example, like if I can read minds from other people's, or the enlightened person can fly through the air and disappear from here and appears in somewhere, and enlightened people can hear things, even though they don't nearby, they can hear or they can see, something like that. When I was young, actually I had this kind of crazy thought, I could say, about the enlightenment people or enlightenments, or we call it arahant. And I thought, all right, arahant can have these kind of psychic abilities. That's what the arahant call is. Unfortunately, in our normal society also now, if something is disappear from here, like it's not like really disappear, but when they forget things, they usually pronounce it like a mispronounce. Oh, ek rahat vela. This is like, oh, it's already got enlightened. Yeah, I see, something like that. So people do believe, people do think the enlightenment is something like disappearing. Okay, but I also had the same idea, same intention, I could say, when I was young, and just before I ordained. So I also wanted to read people's mind. I also wanted to fly through the air, disappear from here, appear from somewhere else. And I wanted to hear people's what they says without going to them or without close by them. And I wanted to see things. And after a couple of days or weeks, I had a chance to read many of the sutta, and then I realized, oh, if I do those kind of things, will it make my happiness or not? So that's what hit the most for me, actually, because if I had a psychic power or something, I don't think it is the happiness what I want, because still I have some kind of suffering things before. For example, like when people says bad things, I got hurt, and when things are not going in a way what I want, it is hurtful. And when people cheat on me, it's not like a love affair or something, but they normally people do, like they fake us, and sometimes they giving us some kind of ideas, and they giving us some hopes, but they don't do. For example, like people say, okay, Bante, can you start make Dhamma sessions or start meditation session, and I really wanted to join. All right, then I take my time and I arrange everything, and then I start to do it. They don't come. Like these kind of things are actually, it hurts. So if I had a psychic power to fly or see things or read people's mind, I didn't think that makes my life much easier. I don't think so. So that's what I was trying to think about, what really happiness is. So then start to read Sutta again, and finally I found a book called Thapoarana, and that was very grateful, actually, because in that book there are so many people, I could say, per se, they were before like us, like you and me, because they had a lot of problems like we have right now. But at the end, after they met the Buddha, they realized what they are suffering from and how to get rid of them. Then after, they say some kind of like it says udana, and some happiness thoughts, some happy thoughts after they got enlightened. That's the collection of the happiness thoughts inside the Thapoarana book. In that book there is a chapter called Mahavagga, and in that chapter there's one specific Mahathera, I could say, Mahathera maybe, and his name was Thalaputta. In his Theragatha, in his poems, that he gave was the idea is exactly like I wish for. He says that he thought that he wanted to read people's mind like I do, and he thought when it will happen. Okay, and he wished to disappear from here and appear in somewhere, and I also thought about that too. So in that way, I was like very interesting to read his poems, because even though he had the same crazy idea like I do, but at the end of the day he got enlightened, but I didn't. What's the difference? So then I found a very special point. He says, people do blame on me, and I react on them. I have a specific reaction to when people blamed on me, okay, when people criticize on me, and when people bullying on me, I have certain reactions. It's already made up. As well, when people cheer up me, I have another reaction too. I have another reactions. He says in his poems, when I will be acting the same way to this both situations, because he says the reaction, the different kind of reactions are make my life much harder. That is not happiness. So these kind of new idea going to my mind, and I thought, all right, this is what then real happiness meaning is. He says in his poems, when he had a good time and bad time, like you and me do, we usually have another different kind of reaction to them, to the situations. When we got happy, we laugh. When we got sad, we cry. And we think it is necessary, and it is usual. It is not unusual, and it is normal, we think. But when we do that things like that, in a way, we are not happy, because we don't know what is the really happy meaning is either. So that's why Thapoarana Bhante says, when I will react the same way to the happy moment and to the sad moment, not in a different way, in the same way, when will that time happening? That kind of ideas are actually exactly similar to mindfulness practice. That's what I wanted to tell you today. The mindfulness is giving us the clear picture of not attaching, but seeing. It's like I could say it's like a bare attention or something. Yeah, not like a bare attention, but it's bare attention. Okay, so when we practicing mindfulness, it has a very specific or very special quality, which is the mindful person is he usually do not clinging to or attaching anything when they do that things. If they do, they will notice it. That's what mindfulness is, becoming the pure things in the world. Other everything's are not clean actually, because it's filled with defilements. It rather can be a good things or the bad things, but this both makes us life much harder and not happiness. We think the good things, sometimes we think, yeah, good things is great or something, but according to the Buddhism, maybe we have to let go of the some part of the good things as well. Okay, for example, like if you love too much to someone else, so it will make your life, what do you think? It will make your life, yeah, much more harder to live. You have to understand what is the right amount. That's what Buddha called us middle way path or eightfold path. Actually, that really makes sense with these all things. So then finally I thought about, all right, So the enlightened people maybe can have that kind of psychic powers too, but it is not the main goal or main target. The main target is to react the same way to the every situation with the same words or with the same emotions or same act or same thoughts without making judgment or without make any kind of like a differences making towards one another. It is so great actually. That's what mindfulness is main key for the happiness, because mindfulness giving us the main mindfulness idea is also uh, pay attention without 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 attaching something with it. Pay attention without any attachments. So that's what the main mindfulness meaning is. If we try to practice in that way, like that, I think we will able to react to the every situations the same way, like we want to do. Actually, it's we want to do. And as a practitioner, I wanted to say, maybe we can't do that for everything in our life, but for some certain levels or certain ways. For example, like if you think, try to be mindful or try to practice mindfulness in 24/7 or something, I think it will be much harder to do. But what you can do is really try to take some time and maybe once every hour you can practice mindfulness with yourself. Okay, when you talk, try to listen to yourself while you talk. Maybe before you talk, just think what I am going to talk. Okay, when you do things, try to feel that things what I doing. For example, like if you touch your mobile, most of the time we don't feel the weight, but the company says, oh, this mobile has this kind of weights, and this mobile has a titanium border or something like that. But we do not feel those kind of things because we have intention is something else. But mindfulness giving us the present moment, real present moment, without any attachments. So if you practicing in that way, I think you will find the real happiness, and it has no the happiness like what we expect in our normal life, like laughing or something like that, and it has no sadness like we are crying, but it has a very middle way which we can bear everything together without any problems. So that's what I wanted to deliver today. Actually, it's a kind of like a peculiar subject, and sometimes it's very hard to explain as well. And this topic, I I especially choose this topic today because yesterday something happened to me. Someone sent a couple of bunch of comments on us, blaming on me, and this is that I'm not doing good things and I'm a really bad person, and so forth, things like that. So then I thought, maybe I wanted to, I don't want to blame him, but I do wanted to tell how I manage these kind of situations. So I'm trying to, when people says good things to me, i'm trying to I'm trying to accept those things without getting any attachment. And when people trying to blame on me, I'm trying to do the same. It's because of the Talaputta Theravada, and now I think it is the easiest way to live in this modern world or normal society, because most of the time we are having these kind of many problems in the society. People do blaming us whether we do good things or the bad things. So sometimes they praise maybe the bad things, or the good things they are criticizing. Okay, so but luckily in Buddhism it says there are there is the way to get rid of this all kind of things. Just try to be mindful. When you do that, so you will be happy. Whether the situation can be good or bad, that doesn't matter, because you are happy. Most of the time normal people, they depend on the situation, but the mindfulness person, he not depend on the situation. That is the important thing. That is the important thing. He did not depend on the situation, but he depend on the present moment. He depend on the present moment. He just stay in the present moment without going past or the future. He just stay in there. And when he stay in there means he is practicing the heart of the Buddhism or the meditation, I could say. And he is really happy because he know what he doing right now. If he makes assumptions, or if he makes about himself bad feelings about him, he knows this is why I am having bad feelings. But the normal other peoples, they don't know about this because they don't have enough mindfulness to understand these kind of things. That's what mindfulness is very important to us in our life. Okay, that's what mindfulness is so much important to us in our life, because it teaches us so much things about ourselves. That's what one of the simile, very great simile given by the Buddha is Dhamma is like the Buddhism, I could say, is like a mirror. What mirror do? We use the mirror to see ourselves. So mindfulness can be our mirror. When you be mindful, you will see yourself as it is really. Okay, when you be mindful, you will see yourself. When you do things, you will notice what I am doing right now, what I am saying right now, or what I am thinking right now. And at that thing, or that those kind of things, when you see, you will notice what kind of intentions behind when you do these kind of things. It is very easy to practice actually. Yeah, that's what mindfulness is very great. And on the other hand, that's what people don't want to practice mindfulness as well, because it's most of the time shows us our bad habits, or our wrong things. That's what I'm saying. When we try to practice middle path or noble eightfold path, usually we don't get the right way path. First of all, you will get the wrong way path. What you having done or have done or having done right now as a wrong person. Then you will understand, oh, if this is wrong, or right, that is what I should do. Okay, so that is why actually the enlightenment and in Buddhism it says the happiness is an understanding. It's not the place, or it's not the some specific target or something like that, but it is an understanding. It is an understanding, and in that understanding there are no any attachments to them. That's what mindfulness meaning as well. That's why I am teaching to the people many of the time, try to be mindful as much as you can, and that will make your life much easier and much happier. Okay, if you think my happiness is somewhere else or near someone by, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But if you be mindful right now, you are happy, you will be happy. That's what I wanted to deliver today. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to comment on us. Okay, and I hope to see you tomorrow as well, hopefully 9:15 a.m. in Sri Lankan time. Thank you for listening. See you next time.